Governor Bello Matawalle is now in China to attend a summit on mining development policy. EFCC to partner with media in the fight against economic sabotage. Matawalle donates 5 million naira food items to Christians in Zamfara State. And on the business, Nigeria to start production of industrial aircraft spare parts. And on the international scene, U.S. House Speaker, Senate leader disagree over Trump's trial. Welcome to Standard Voice Television News. I'm Samira Ibrahim. Now the news in full. Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalle Maradun is currently in China to attend a week-long summit on mining development policy and regulations being held at Beijing International Convention Center, China. The summit will discuss corporate mining with the Chinese business community with a view to investing in the sector in Zamfara State. Dr. Matawalle, who was at the conference on the invitation of the Council of China, is to attract investors in mining sector to Zamfara State through showcasing the state minerals deposits to the international business community for possible collaboration in extraction and mining industry. The summit is being supported by Industry University Research Institute, Collaboration Association, China Minerals Resources and Minerals Application, Innovation Alliance and other industrial and business partners across the globe. Zamfara State is an open, free society for business partners, and his administration will do everything possible to support whoever is ready to invest in the state with assurance of adequate security of investors' lives and properties in the state. He said security situation in the state has significantly improved and is doing a lot to ensure zero tolerance on security challenges facing the state.
Some of the focal points of ensuring economic growth and sustainable development in the country.
我相信大家对于我所来自的国家都已经非常熟知了。尼日利亚是有着中。
The governor therefore invited and welcomed any investor in the state and promised to provide the basic necessities such as land, security and local manpower for the smooth take-off of businesses in the state. Responding to the invitation, the leader of the business discussion session said Chinese investors were ever ready to invest in the state but were unable to get the offer. The investors pledged to visit the state in an assessment tour of the state to be embarked very soon for the possible take-off of the proposed businesses and the partnership agreement with the state government. The governor was in company with the State Commissioner for Environment and Solid Minerals Development, Honorable Noura Issa. In view of the forthcoming Christmas and New Year celebrations slated for 25th and 26th December 2019 and 1st January 2020, the Zamfara State Police Command has made an adequate security arrangement to ensure hitch-free event before, during and after the celebrations. To this end, the Commissioner of Police CP Usman Nagogo directed area commanders, tactical unit commanders to intensify raids on identified criminals' hideout, sustain the ongoing rigorous patrols and stop and search operations. The CP further warned police personnel deployed for this critical assignment to be professional in the discharge of their duties. This includes professional use of firearms as well as other conducts. Members of the public, especially parents and guardians, are enjoined to cooperate with the police in the maintenance of law and order throughout the period of the celebrations. They should also caution their wards against the use of fireworks and knockouts during this Yuletide. Currently, all officers in the command, especially DPOs and other tactical commanders, are placed on red alert at their respective areas of responsibility to respond promptly to any distress calls from members of the public. The Commissioner of Police further directed such officers to ensure visiting rounds of all vulnerable areas and black spots are sustained to avoid unwarranted incidents and unprofessional conduct by policemen. Use of knockouts, firecrackers and other forms of fireworks in the state constitute a serious security threat and are hereby banned. The Commissioner of Police, while congratulating the Christian faithful for the Christmas celebration, urges them to continue to be law-abiding citizens and also cooperate with the police by giving the command useful information on activities of criminal elements in the state. The Zamfara State Governor Alhaji Bello Muhammad Matawalli has donated 5 million naira and food items to Christians in the state. The governor made the donation through the Zamfara branch of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. The governor emphasized on the need for spirit of togetherness, love and brotherhood among residents in the state. The governor noted that Christians in Zamfara State have been living happily and peacefully with their Muslim neighbors. He said Christianity teaches love and togetherness among mankind and urged all Christians to continue to imbibe these teachings in their endeavors. He noted with delight that Christians in Zamfara State have been living happily and peacefully with their Muslim brothers. On his part, Ilyas Ibrahim, chairman of CAN in Zamfara State, thanked the governor for his exemplary leadership in the state. The chairman said the Christian community in the state will continue to be law-abiding and supportive to the programs and policies of the state government. The Sokoto State Government has on Monday inaugurated a committee for the implementation of new minimum wage headed by the chairman of Sokoto State Rent Control and Safety of Person Commission, Alhaji Muhammadu Namadina Abdurrahman. Inaugurating the committee at the conference room of the Cabinet Office, Sokoto, Secretary to the State Government, Alhaji Saeed Umar, charged the committee to work out effective strategy and approach on the implementation of the new minimum wage. The SSG also implored them to consult with relevant stakeholders on adoption and how best to implement the new minimum wage as provided by the new Minimum Wage Law 2019. The Secretary to the State Government also urged the committee to make appropriate recommendations to the State Government on the immediate implementation of the minimum wage based on sustainability. He therefore implored the committee to co-opt relevant bodies to assist it in carrying out its assignment. The SSG said the committee is to submit its report within 3 weeks. In his remarks, the chairman of the committee, Alhaji Muhammadu Namadina Abdurrahman, assured for their determination to work hard with a view to presenting thorough and well-prepared work to the government. Alhaji Muhammadu Namadina Abdurrahman thanked the state government for giving them the opportunity to serve the state in that capacity. The chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, says a review of the revenue sharing formula is still the position of the governors to enable them implement the new national minimum wage without hitches. The Nigerian Governors Forum chairman made this position known when he filed questions from the State House correspondents after a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa Abuja on Monday. He stated that the agitation for the review of the revenue sharing formula by the Governors Forum dated right from the administration of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. The forum feels that it's time for the revenue sharing formula to change, and the governors have made a representation to the President and Commander-in-Chief, not just under the Buhari's administration. This has been an ongoing agitation that started way back since the time of President Olusegun Obasanjo. It continued on the President Yar'Adua and President Goodluck Jonathan. So it's not just something that has been brought out under President Buhari. The governor revealed that already the forum had presented its position on the proposed review of the revenue sharing formula to Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission for possible consideration. We have also made available our own presentation to Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. Every state has a representative at the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, and only last week the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission held a retreat on this and other matters, and its position will be communicated. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami San, has said that he is yet to receive any letter from the lawmakers of the United States of America over the detention of Omoyele Sowore, who was arrested by the Department of the State Services, DSS. Mr. Sowore and his co-defendant Olawale Bakare are standing trial on a 16-count, according to a statement by the Special Assistant on Media and Public Relations Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Umar Jibrilu Gondu. Foreign Policy Convention do not support direct correspondence between the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and serving legislators of a foreign country. He stated that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be an appropriate ministry for such correspondence, and therefore reiterated the fact that the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami did not receive such a letter. The Attorney General of the Federation finds media reports on the purported claims of such correspondence to his office, held by some unscrupulous elements in the society, as not only appropriate but inaccurate. A statement said it's essential to put in the record that the so-called letter has not been received at the office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami San as the close of the work of Friday, 20th December 2019. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has said that it will partner with media organizations in its ongoing aggressive campaign against economic sabotage. This was disclosed on Friday by the zonal head of the commission in charge of northwestern state of Sokoto, Kebbi and Zamfara states, Alhaji Abdullahi Lawal, in Sokoto when he received the board and management of Standard Voice Television, SVTV, who paid him a courtesy visit in his office. Mr. Lawal said media played an important role in the fight against corruption in the areas of enlightenment, sensitization and mobilization, including reportage on corruption cases. He expressed concern over the way public funds are being stolen, denying the grassroots most especially from getting the needed dividend of democracy. The zonal officer expressed deep appreciation for the visit, adding that the media remained an important tool in the ongoing fight against corruption and other financial crimes, which the EFCC Sokoto zone is committed to.
Well, that's why we welcome your coming. In fact, we are so happy that you are with us. As I told you 2 days ago, Korean were here. Yeah. We sat with them. In fact, they were so happy meeting them, and they promised to collaborate with us and fight this monster. So it is a good movement too by your organization to come and partner with us. Remember yesterday, yesterday our head of media from Abuja called me that you can see the relationship between EFCC and the media in that region is improving. So I feel when you see this, you'll be happy too. Yes, issue of monitoring and evaluation of projects, as I mentioned last time, it has been our mandate, but we want to make it tighten and in a way that, yes, it works out.
He said his commission is ready to partner with Standard Voice Television and other media organizations to ensure rapid execution of programs and policies on the fight against corruption in Nigeria. He stressed that nobody will be spared if found guilty of corrupt practices. Mr. Abdullahi said recently his commission has embarked upon monitoring and evaluation of contracts in collaboration with Association of Professional Engineers with a view to ensuring standard and quality jobs were executed. He said the zonal office had recently submitted some bills of quantity for some contracts to the Association of Engineers for proper assessment of their costs as part of the move to partner with the association to monitor and verify contracts within the zone. Earlier, the chairman of the board of directors of Standard Voice Television, Malam Ibrahim Dosara, said they were at the commission's office to introduce the newly established TV station and implore ways of partnership between the EFCC and the station. According to Malan Dosara, the EFCC and the SVTV share similar core values in fighting corruption, educating and enlightening public for a better and free corrupt society. He then expressed readiness to partner with the EFCC on exposing all forms of corrupt practices with a view to ensuring its eradication in the society.
The board and management of the TV station is also appreciative of the intention by the Zonal Office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to commence monitoring and evaluation of contracts awarded within the zone with a view to ensuring quality jobs, speedy completion, and compliance to other specifications of the contracts in order to avoid wastage and the economic sabotage that characterize most government contracts nowadays. In fact, this is a welcome development, especially considering the commitment and determination of the Buhari administration.
He therefore assured the Commission of the TV station's full support and cooperation to assist it achieve its mission and vision. He further commended the Sokoto Zonal Office of the EFCC for the giant stride in the fight against economic sabotage, which he said has made positive impact on the economic development of the three states in the zone. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Fellow Nigerians, do you know that constituency projects are actually your projects? Do you know that constituency projects are funded by the federal government? Do you know that you can track release of constituency project funds for projects located in your constituency and follow up to know how they have been executed? Constituency projects happen because government does not want to leave any community out in development efforts. You have a responsibility to know what constituency project has been planned for your community, how much has been allocated for it, and whether value for money has been delivered. Take ownership of constituency projects located in your community. Protect them because they belong to you. Government knows about your needs and is planning for you. Government needs your help to ensure quality delivery. Know that constituency projects are actually your projects. Protect your constituency project. My constituency, my project.
For information on funds allocated to projects in your constituency, call 0800 2255 4272.
This message is from the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission and the National Orientation Agency.
Welcome back. And on the business, Mariam Aminu has more details.
Thank you, Samira. Welcome to Business News. Once again, I am Mariam Aminu. Minister of Science and Technology Obunnaya Onu says Nigeria has the capacity to produce industrial machine spare parts, including those of aircraft, through Project Development Institute in Enugu. Dr. Onu said this on Monday in Enugu during the inauguration of projects at the Project Development Institute. The minister said it was gratifying that the institute had come alive to contribute to the diversification mantra of the federal government. He said he had seen the progress so far made in this institute, but called on them to do more. We want Proda to be a center of excellence, he said. The minister expressed happiness with the induction furnace project of the institute, which had the capacity to produce industrial machines and aircraft spare parts. He said that with the two furnaces, the institute could produce non-ferrous materials, including aluminium and stainless steel. He also challenged the institute to continue its research on the production of lithium batteries with a view to commercializing the findings. On the pencil production project of the institute, Onu said that he was satisfied that the production had finally started. We have all seen pencils produced by Proda, and this effort is quite commendable, he said. The minister challenged Proda to research into the production of all forms of pencils, including beautification pencils. He, however, said that the government was not interested in the institute producing pencils in the commercial quantity, but for them to transfer their research findings to Nigerians. We want them to start influencing the economy of the state. The federal government is interested in creating jobs by producing businessmen and women. So people should be able to come to PRODA to acquire this technology for their investment, he said. Onu commended the institute for the work it has done with graphite, which he said had stood PRODA out. They are really doing great in this area, and it will further make them to contribute to the development of the economy, he said. Onu tasked the institute to research into the usage of coal, taking advantage of the huge coal deposits in the state. And that's all we have on Business News today. Back to Samira at the studio. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Mariam Aminu. And on the spot, Abu Sufyan has more details.
Thank you, Samira Ibrahim. My name is Abu Sufyan Abubakar, and as usual, I bring the sports updates. Nigeria has lost its bids to host the Under-20 Women's World Cup next year, following FIFA's decision to go with Costa Rica and Panama as joint hosts. The decision came after the proposed facilities to be used for the Global Women's Tournament in Nigeria was visited by FIFA inspection team. The World Cup matches will have been hosted in Lagos, Benin City, Asaba, and Uyo. A statement released by FIFA's Chief Tournaments and Events Officer Colin Smith, which conveyed the decision, reads in part: "We would like to thank the Costa Rican and Panamanian football associations for their commitment towards women's football and the Under-20 Women's World Cup in particular. We are looking forward to a fantastic competition in August." After the highly successful FIFA's Women's World Cup in France this year, it is important that we build on the momentum at all the levels of the game. The Under-20 Women's World Cup in Costa Rica and Panama next year is a perfect opportunity for us to continue driving the popularity of the game, and with it being the first jointly hosted tournament, we can make the impact even greater. This according to Sarai Berman, FIFA's Chief Women's Football Officer. Also in Nigeria, the NFF Secretary General Muhammad Sanusi has revealed that the decision on the future of Super Eagles manager Ghana Throw will be taken solely by the Technical Committee of the Federation. Reacting to the stories making the rounds that some influential people were working to see the exit of the Franco-German from the national team, Sanusi said no external force could influence the fate of the coach. He added that he is not in the position to speak on the hiring and firing of national team coaches. The NFF technical department is in charge, and if they find Raw capable to continue handling the Super Eagles and the coach also agrees on their contracts and terms, so be it. This according to the Secretary General. Also commenting on the CAF Footballer of the Year awards, which final shortlists were released at the weekend, Sanusi said no Nigerian player made it to the final three in the men's top award because of the Super Eagles did not play in the final game of this year's African Cup of Nations. CAF on Sunday announced Algeria's forward Riyad Mahrez, Liverpool's Mo Salah, and Sadio Mane as the three finalists for the CAF Footballer of the Year award, while Odion Ighalo, who was formerly in the running, was left out. Sanusi told The Guardian that Ighalo's outstanding performance in the Nations Cup qualifying series and the AFCON was enough to make the Shanghai Greenland Xinhua FC of China forward a top contender for the award. He noted that the Super Eagles' dominance in the continent in recent times have shown that Nigerian players are not pushovers in African football. Sanusi called on football lovers not to write off Nigerian players, saying that they have the zeal to win laurels for the country, adding that the federation will do its best to continue encouraging Nigerian footballers home and abroad. And that's all we have on sports today. Back to Samira Ibrahim.
Thank you, Abu Sufyan. And on the international scene, U.S. House Speaker Nancy and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell disagree on Monday over the ground rules for President Donald Trump's trial in the Senate on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Nancy, the Speaker of the Democratic-controlled House of Representatives, said she is not yet ready to name her team for Trump's trial in the Republican-majority Senate. She said the House cannot choose its impeachment managers until they know what sort of trial the Senate will conduct. House managers will prosecute the case against Trump in the Senate in a trial expected to begin in January. Nancy has not yet sent the impeachment articles passed by the House last week over to the Senate amid a standoff with McConnell over the form the trial will take. Democrats have been pushing for 4 current and former White House aides with direct knowledge of Trump's Ukraine dealings to testify in the Senate. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Governor Bello Matawalle is now in China to attend a summit on mining development policy. Matawalle donates 5 million naira food items to Christians in Zamfara State. EFCC to partner with media in the fight against economic sabotage. And on the business, Nigeria to start production of industrial aircraft spare parts. And on the international scene, U.S. House Speaker, Senate leader disagree over Trump's trial. That has been the news. I'm Samira Ibrahim. Keep watching Standard Voice Television. Have a nice day.